it's Rena J interacting to season 4, episode 12 of Charmed. Last episode was a magical experience between Paige catching up on magic lore and what we can and cannot do, with an additional commentary from Rain. So we'll be reading all night. So hopefully they'll give you a little ASMR tease. Hopefully, I don't know how it's gonna render when I edit the volume, because normally I edit the behind the scenes stuff if I have like a AC or a heater on. I don't know if this shit gonna get out. We're gonna have to see it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But last episode, Paige had to get the rundown in like a couple weeks, with her learning that we cannot tell everybody in the world that we're witches. And due to her trusting her best friend, she tells them obviously we see what happened there, and I had to lock in and realize that like she has to learn everything we've already seen in the midst of a couple of weeks to months of being a witch. And honestly, we had to basically rewatch some things that we did before in previous seasons, and we were like, yo, hey, thought you knew better. But obviously not. Like, she hasn't encountered this. So, like, we're learning everything for the new time with her. And it's kind of interesting because so many discussions come out. And then also when these interesting discussions are brought up, I can, like, discuss my opinions and what I think is going to be represented. And I just love how y'all guys are always here with me every week. Like, the DMs and the messages and the Patreon comments and the YouTube comments. I just appreciate y'all. Like, honestly, it's just so refreshing to just learn that people are rewatching the show with me and like after like years of not watching it, or us bonding after losing Prue, Ira, and in the show. And yeah, just want to give them appreciation, yeah. So anyways, let's dive in.
Guess what?
You've come to help me fold the laundry.
No.
What good is being a witch if I can't just twitch my nose and make the laundry fold itself?
Yeah, personal game.
If that's the criteria for being really human, then I am in big trouble.
I'm serious.
To get a job.
Paige said that a lawyer at Legal Aid quit, so she kind of...
Darren completely repressed Samantha's magic. Completely denied who she was. And it wasn't because he didn't love her, it was just...
Yeah. Do it again. Start over.
Oh, you're gonna re-propose.
Grams's ring.
Ah!
A man. Nothing more. Nothing less. To ask. Will you be my wife?
Well, yes. Yo, I want to see what job, well, how he gonna be clocking into work. This is about to be bad. Lady?
I'll deal with Tyler. You contact Lucky.
Tyler, what the fuck did you do?
He runs the academy we told you about.
I'm not going to boarding school.
Oh, you possessed? The bed? Oh, the demon did it. Demon did it.
What's going on?
Harper became mama. Period.
The sun came up again. Oh, good morning, sunshine. Let me pour you a cup
Nah, she a morning person for real.
Oh, you're right. Wedding ring is totally different.
Belly rings, I'm scared of that, actually. Y'all got that.
Yeah. Will you pass me the milk? Finding our child's powers.
Why is it insane? Grams bound your powers when you were a child.
Yes. It's not a burden. It is a gift.
Oh, her accepting that?
Any child.
That's some growth.
Plus
You gotta remember
ours
that.
will be doubly magical. Half white lighter, half witch.
That's like me.
Yeah.
Well, you might have some trouble.
Oh, Leo about to say.
Since when does Phoebe care about bacon?
I'm sure she meant all breakfast meats.
No, she made that money, boo.
Piper, would you please pass me the milk?
Sure, I could whip something up in a jiff.
Oh, she a jiff.
Come on, dude.
Girl, who possessed you?
Oh.
We bewitched? What? Grandma, are you fucking serious? This ring is magical?
I wonder what I should make him for dinner.
For dinner? Grandma, you fucking serious?
Used to being humble just like all the rest of us.
But look at the room, though.
Cole Turner? Hi, I'm Cynthia Corrin, Director of the Legal Aid Office here. Hi. You good? Thanks.
Like, first of all, how did they even actually get a job? Remember he was like...
Human, you know.
Right. It wasn't he like high on the list of looking around for the DA?
Here you go, Tyler. Thought you might be thirsty. So, have you thought about giving us a phone number so we can call your parents, let them know you're okay?
Coconut cut you got on your head. Yeah. Look at him. About to burn the house down. Remain calm. Actually.
Please don't make me go back to the club.
You got powers?
I'll never want to go back to my foster parents. They don't understand me.
What do you mean? You lost him?
Well, I mean, he definitely did. You lost him?
Right now.
What the fuck? How he ran past you?
No, you don't understand anything. We need our son, and we need him now. What if he doesn't get angry?
He will.
He has.
Just be patient.
Do we not have cameras? I'm just asking the civilized question. Do we have cameras anywhere in this house?
He's just really afraid.
Of what?
Himself.
And no
His
fucking
powers.
parents?
He's just showing all the signs of a kid who's never received sustained affection.
Chillio.
Just take off one of his legs at the same time because you know they're both part of him.
It is not the same thing, Piper. Tyler's powers could be a danger to himself and to others.
Well, I do know you,
Chocolate
and
chip
that's
cookies?
just not true. Oh, but it is now that I'm going to be Sadie, married lady. All right, Sadie, how about I take the cookies to the kid?
Right.
See you later.
Right, I'm surprised work even is letting you work the way you just left, actually.
Friendly little tip, lay off the hairspray. There's a fire starter in the house. I don't blame you. It could be kind of dicey. She's not really a great cook. Why don't you try one? So, you know, her feelings don't get hurt. And as strange as it sounds,
Look, Leo, proud of
you're
his
not alone.
wife.
I know exactly what you're going through. Yeah, right. You start fires too. Sometimes get so angry that you want to...
I knew you was gonna pop something, but I didn't think.
What was that?
The flowers?
What did you just do? And it made me so mad. I just...
Hey!
Whoa.
Hey!
I'm
Our
sorry.
furniture!
I'm
Stop!
sorry. It's okay.
What is it?
Do you think that little boy will be staying for lunch?
I would imagine.
Didn't she make another one too?
What's the important question?
Jerk cut off the heat, causing an elderly tenant to get pneumonia. Then he tried to evict her.
Okay, well, just relax
Wow.
and try to get through it. And I will have a martini waiting for you when you get home.
A martini?
Martini.
Yeah, and a steak. Hello.
How did y'all know?
Hi, we're looking for our son Tyler. Is he?
How did y'all know?
You betcha. Come on.
How did y'all know?
Can I make you anything?
Bitch. Oh. Alright. Our decor? Oh, Leo! Our college? Are you fucking serious? Bitch, our whole set? Girl, how about you get burned? Oh! Yeah. I love the good smell of. He about to scare the shit out of them. They about to not have no kids for a minute, bro. He just scared them.
Look at me. You didn't do a bad thing. Those were very bad people,
Yeah.
and they were going to hurt us. You protected us.
Your parents, Tyler. They were.
Demonic bounty hunters. Driven by greed, these heartless, low-level demons will stop at nothing to collect their bounty. Their power is linked to their emotions. First manifests itself in adolescence. They are often trained to be the...
Well, if I'm supposed to use my powers to protect somebody bad...
No, but that's not how powers work.
Yeah.
They're not good or bad by themselves.
This how
It's
you
how
do
we
it.
use them. You mean when he blew up the chair?
Yeah. So when he vanquished them.
So there may be
More
other bounty hunters on the way.
Yeah.
Fire starter.
One from the actual book, huh?
You nearly scared me half to death.
Well, he did actually.
Boy. Now.
I don't like your tone of voice, mister.
talk about. Take this shit somewhere else.
Cause I can do it too.
It's gotta be pretty powerful. Which means we might need the power of 3 for us to bring Lovely
Oh, that
back here
pepper?
just in case. And call Paige and tell her to get her butt back here as soon as
Let's not be
possible.
salt.
Phoebe, like I said, I'm in the middle of a zillion things.
What the fuck? Cole,
Back off.
you're fired. Sweet is this.
I'll see you in court. You see me every time you turn around.
Cole.
I don't believe this. Let go of him. What are you doing?
Cole. Yeah, he can't touch nothing for real. He gonna burn the plant.
Looks like he's learning to handle his power.
His
He
anger.
wouldn't have been given them if he could.
Mm-hmm.
And the source.
Grandma, you hear that?
And we would be on our way to having a family as opposed to just talking about it.
And life.
The legal aid thing didn't work out for me. See, I thought lawyers were supposed to seek out justice.
Okay, we've got bigger problems.
you
The
just
source wants
ate.
Tyler. Okay, we don't have
Gee,
time.
Sully!
We gotta get to
Yeah,
that
the
level
Bewitched
before the source
movie.
does. So
Yeah.
we'll fix Phoebe. I don't care how
I'm
you
laughing
do it, just do
at
it.
the fact that she
needs to
actually
write
like
a spell.
that.
Which spell?
A power of 3 spell.
Besides, I helped you out before.
Yeah, by
Did I?
accident. You only been here for like
This is
10. You only been here for 3 days.
Okay, everyone, be ready, be prepared. No surprise.
What happened?
He
Jump the
piggybacked.
orb. Dude, you are so going back right now.
Now, sir. Are you fucking serious?
Starter yet. Once they do, they'll take us right to Ludlow. Isn't that what we want?
No,
No.
not at your expense, and I'm not gonna let you go in there.
And I don't want to spend the rest of my life with bad guys chasing me.
Hi,
How'd you?
we're bounty hunters. We need to see Ludlow.
Oh, W Bounty Hunter lie.
I'm not a kid.
I'm a
I'm a
covenant.
fire starter.
The freedom!
That was it. You're in.
What? What?
It's no time to be taking a bath. Piper might be home any minute, and she's counting on you to write a spell.
Oh, I tried, and I only got as far as, "Hey, demon," and then my mind went blank.
But we know who you are, which is a demon-fighting, ass-kicking witch who never lets her sisters down. So get out of that bathtub and show me what you're made of.
Well,
Phoebe,
yeah.
sit down.
It's in that hot water. I'm hoping it's hot
Why
water.
are you asking me about Bewitched?
Because Phoebe was worried about becoming an old-fashioned housewife.
Gotta catch up that fast, for real. All them bubbles.
Yes.
I think this is a setup, actually. Let's prepare to freeze.
You brought the alleged fire starter. You've given us quite the runaround, haven't you, boy? I said, haven't you, boy? You'll all die.
Well, Tyler is a fire starter, so that won't be an issue.
Fuck.
Prove it. Prove what you are, and you'll meet the source, the most powerful evil that exists in the universe.
Well, isn't he on retirement?
That's not helping. What did you do to him?
What?
Just a precaution till the source arrives to kill him and steal his power.
Can we? What? What? Free her.
It's a disaster there. Lolo has Tyler. It's a
Leon's
disaster
here?
down here, too. Piper needs her sisters immediately.
Oh, I'll be right with you.
Since I put that ring on your finger, you've been acting
That
strange.
ring is
You mean I've been
hell.
acting normal?
Which is strange for you, you know? I gotta be honest.
Take that ring off.
If this is what being married to you is gonna be like, you can...
To gain another, to lose
Yourself?
Grams cursed the ring. Why? I don't know. Good question.
Is she serious?
Prove who you are better than saving an innocent. Now go to work.
Damn, you couldn't even do your work. You done do somebody. You done do somebody at the fucking door, bruh. No. I beseech you. Oh, I wouldn't even do that.
Honey, maybe we should go back and check the...
On your feet. Yeah, we blowing up shit. Hey, you know what I mean? We know, but like she went through that. I don't care. Now, where the source at, bro? Let's get okay, but what are we gonna do now? Like, what can happen for him to avoid being chased like this?
Are you sure you want to do this? It's
Oh yeah, the
completely up to
binding.
you.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm normal.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, whatever it means. It's a
Hold
temporary.
on.
Damn.
Where are you going?
To play video games.
Then he ended up guiding me.
Just like.
Well, you know how I was upset with Grams for finding our powers.
Now you understand why?
Prepared for a magical future.
Yes.
Innocent.
Yes. This is what I want to see. Yes. Yes. Like, oh my God, the lore.
And he's not going to press charges?
No, his lawyer thought the case would raise more issues than it closed.
Oh wow. Not your finesse. Not your finesse to pay.
That was colorful.
I was afraid of.
But Grams was from a different era. It's not gonna happen to us. Sitting and knitting is not the woman you are, just like sitting and typing is not the man I am.
And sitting and knitting
No,
and making a
thank you.
damn good ass pop. Mmm.
And as for Grams and her notion of marriage,
Did you pick that shit up? Yeah, valid. I thought it was gonna be something. Damn. They be going to work, bro. Like you, you gotta understand. They be going to work. Oh my God. But yes. Anyways, the skills of rain. It got very low as the episode progressed. But yes, let's talk about it first. Let's talk about Cole and Phoebe first, since Piper and Leah was the predominant. Well, both of them were predominant subject, but you know what I mean. Honestly, I I just love the show. Every fucking episode, I kid you not, they continue to reiterate growth, previous storyline lore, and add it together. Now, what I'm going before I get sidetracked, I'm going to make sure to remind myself to check to see if that was the dad from the first season, because I'm rewatching season 1 with my friend because she hasn't watched Charmed. So we watched the first 4 episodes, and I saw him obviously in episode 3, and then it just like him. I just love that they bring the lore from like the grandma, the mom, and they insinuate it into new daily learning lives. Because when we heard about it the first time, we were like, "Oh shit, yeah, we hear it." Because initially we're like, "Oh, we're learning about the family members, we're learning about the grandma, we're learning about the mom and their choices and their decisions." We would make fun of grandma having continuous husbands and stuff like that, but to now have it be a primary storyline and a primary arc, a little episode arc for one of the sisters is so interesting to me because in theory, you always knew that Piper would be the one that would at least get married first or engaged first because she always just gives off like mother, right? Even though Prue has been like the mother figure, I feel like she has so much on her shoulders that she would still want to put her sisters first before she would ever get married. And that's obviously been shown in season 3 where both her sisters were dating and getting engaged and married, and she still could not find somebody that was matching for her, and she still wanted to save her sisters. And it was episode primarily focused on that, so that's why I'm saying this. But to have like grandma, her decisions, both like two of her decisions be what both of the sisters encounter on different spectrums is just amazing writing. Because on Phoebe's side, you have her in marriage because she struggled with marriages, the grandma. Then on this side, you have the grandma and Piper and them finally understanding grandma's decision from what we learned in season 1 and 2. No, specifically season 1, where episode 17, where we found out that the mom was told to bind the magic and grandma said to do it. And now you're understanding as these seasons go on, you're understanding why the grandma and the mom did these decisions. And like I was giving them hell in the beginning of season 4 about the pace thing, which I still agree with. Like, wow, but imagine if who never died, what would had happened. But you can understand as an parent, because I'm not a parent. So like from her point of view as a parent, and us seeing like Paige, I mean not seeing, like, we're seeing how Paige and like Prue and Piper and Phoebe all like act towards some of these kids they interact with. You're seeing kind of like a parental image, and you're kind of understanding why they did these decisions. Now for Phoebe, her once again, we are like once again love that they're not rushing these storylines. I really appreciate it. You're watching her for several episodes have a struggle with little bits and pieces of being married and engaged, and it's not going away, and I appreciate it because it's something that she has to grow into. Do I think she's fully over the idea of being a wife? No, I actually don't. I do think she's still going to have problems with processing it because she's never had a positive image of marriage. That's one of the most predominant things, is that like her mom and dad, horrible work. Her relationship status is before Cole, horrible work. And the only relationship that she's really seeing in a positive marriage light is Piper and Leo. And even then, it's not always in the proper light because look at the struggles that we took to get here, with them snatching Leo off the altar in the beginning of season 3, to them having to break up and him losing his powers because of her and him having to leave and him having like we've seen the trajectories of the relationship that they have encountered over these 3 to 4 seasons, that would obviously, even though they're married and they're thriving and they have an amazing communication system, obviously from this episode and what happened at the end of it, but she has not seen anything like as a perfect way. She saw that she sees marriage as her losing her individuality. She's seeing it as her losing her whole life. Like she imagines being married as becoming engulfed in the man. She's imagining like the 1950s, 1960s, where she had to cook and clean and basically be the provider for the house while the man goes and cooks. I mean, while makes jobs and get the money and whatever, and does the bread and butter for the house while she cooks and cleans and stays. And she's only seen that because she watches that damn show, which is amazing because I was mentioning season 3, and then she had to live through it in like season 2-ish or something like that. Was that season 2? It had to be season 2. When she relived through it in season 2, and then obviously when Cole had it written down in season 3, and then I'm mentioning it again in season 4, continuality. Another continuality moment, unless I'm wrong and believing that has to be the guy, right? That has to be the guy from that movie. Right? I mean, that show where when we went into the episode, I'm hoping that it is. And if it's not, damn. But anyways, you're seeing her only like watch it continuously to where she's like, oh, that's what it is. Like, when I get married to Cole, I'm not gonna be just Phoebe, the badass, witch that kick ass and and does her own thing, and she's not afraid of anybody. Now she's just gonna be, her whole identity is gonna be stripped down to her being somebody's wife. That's what she thinks, and that's what most of the case is for so many people. So many people in the society now, they get married and their whole personality change. They literally lose half themselves, with their personality, through hobbies, what they used to be, and like, in a sense, she's already lost her individuality. You know what I mean? Because we kind of saw this parallel, not in the fullest sense, and I'm probably reaching because I'm always want to act like I fucking ate something. So let me try to cook. We've seen this, or not really seen it, but we've seen other people have that same perspective on the sisters. Just a couple episodes ago this season, we've seen, no, yes, yeah, we've seen, it was when the episode came where Prue was trying to go to her friend's baby shower, and we saw them say, after this, you haven't been the same. And so magic, in a sense, has stripped them of individuality already. And I think like her getting married is an additional strip of individuality, because when they became witches, they already lost a piece of them that they were so comfortable with. They lost having a sense of like being carefree and just blissful and peaceful and calm and basically being naive to the world. When they became witches, they couldn't do that anymore. They couldn't be reckless. They couldn't like, just do this and get in a relationship with this person and have a friendship with this person, because they may betray them, or they may get it too close to them to where demons and stuff will try to go after them. They lost their individuality already. And so for Phoebe, she's like, I already lost it. I was already carefree, reckless. I used to hook up people left and right, and I already lost that. And now the only thing I really I have to myself, besides me being a witch and a charmed one, that I'm already sharing with my other sisters because we're all charmed as a group, is that I'm losing Phoebe Halliwell because I'm becoming Phoebe Turner. And I think that's just so amazing, because then you're tying it into her grandma who struggled with marriage, which is why maybe grandma and Phoebe are tethered, in a sense of like, wow, maybe they are the same in some ways. Like maybe like once again, just the previous family line having so many connections with the timeline as it goes on and on and on. Amazing. Like, next let's talk about Piper and Leo. Honestly, amazing conversation was made. Because in the beginning of the season, they were already talking about how they were ready to start a family. And in theory, we've kind of, well, we've kind of been like, okay, well, now they can pick up on how their kid could be, because we have Paige, who is a witch and whitelighter. And so we haven't really heard any discussions, and the elders have been very quiet recently. I bet you they're going to start coming out of the woodworks when we start having a little child. But they've been very quiet when it pertains to this marriage relationship. So, interesting. But we've seen, and they've talked about it, but we haven't really had that big issue of the biggest what if. Due to them both being powerful, and due to them both having powers of different necessities, the big issue is, what would they do when the child obviously expresses and displays magic or whitelighting, orbing. And in a sense, Leo ended up being right, in a sense, and it took Piper learning based off this interaction. And I'm happy that they always use interactions to reflect on the character's action and their decisions by the end of the episode. I always love when they do that, because in the beginning I was with Piper. I was like, bro, like, it's like, why would we neglect the chances of the children knowing that they're being binded? And I feel like it's kind of hard, because with him, he's a teenager, so he can remember and be like, hey, Piper, like, can you do this? They were toddlers, and they were robbed out of that choice. And it's hard because it's just like, with them, grandma was going to basically let them live powerless for however many years it was, because they were 20, like, about almost 30. Some of them were almost 30, some of them were in their mid-20s, some of them were in their early 20s. And she never mentioned them having powers, or she never even tried to mention them getting their powers, until she realized how far apart they were growing. And then she said, let me just give a spark into the charmed ones. If they displayed not growing apart, I wonder what she had done that decision to have them grow as a unit. Like, that's one of the most interesting questions I have, is like, if they were like close, what she had done, or would they be witches now? Because like, she never gave them a chance afterwards. Like, when they became young adults, she didn't never mention up to them. She neglected to say anything. So it's just like this thing of like, if we would have been witches earlier on, we could have prevented so much stuff, and they could have been probably comfortable with some decisions already. But due to them being witches late, all the sisters in some capacity has to play catch up to the biggest level ever. Like Paige is doing it, even we're doing some catch up at a point. We're out here having people who had years and decades of like trying to figure out how to get rid of us basically build up, while we're only been witches for 3 years and we already lost a sister within us being witches for 3 years, and we still have learning to do. We still can't make spells for everything. We still don't even know how to make potions for everything. If we had experiences and learned from, like, mind you, both grandma and mom is dead, and due to them not teaching us any spells during that time, the only thing we have is a book and their random appearances. Like, we had to go back in time during like season 3 or 4 to learn from previous ancestry lines about what they used to do, what little like remedies they used to do back in the time. We are neglected of learning any of this stuff because they didn't give us a chance. So watching a different side, like I'm like I understand, but like it gets kind of muddy on when it should be necessary. And in a sense, for the charm ones, obviously they had to get rid of it because I feel like even though I'm talking about it, and I'm basically making it seem like I disagree. I agree when it comes to when it comes to people that are so powerful that they have people coming after them, because the charmed ones had a target when they were like literally 3 or 4 or 5. Obviously, we had the ice cream episode with Prue, and with this case, this guy being a teenager, it took him a minute to really be under there. But I think the bounties were probably with him for years, maybe, and to have this kid potentially be scared and have to look over his shoulder every time he interacts with somebody is not the best look possible. So it makes sense for them to bind his powers, and I was assuming that they'll probably do about in the beginning or the middle of this episode, for them to finally give him the choice to decide that after having him have his own choice to decide if he wants to go talk to Ludwig, Lube, what the fuck that man name was. They gave him the choice both times. And I think that's the biggest important part, is letting the child decide if they want that. But if demons and stuff are coming for these kids at a younger age because they're powerful, then I understand binding. But when they get to a teenager, I feel like you should be able to tell them like, hey, you wouldn't have to tell them, because as they get older, I feel like the powers inside of them are going to continue to build and build and build until one day it might just fuck a spark, and and then yeah. But once again, them having that conversation of like about Piper finally understanding it after being so against it, and then especially with her, one of the biggest things I took away from this, especially besides them both having the understanding of binding the kids' powers, especially with witnessing what they've seen, was with with Piper once again having the biggest fight back towards magic. We've seen it for 3 seasons. And after Prue died, we saw her go against magic again, about her wanting to give up and realizing that magic is a curse and that it only brings death. And for her to finally say like she sees it as like a gift now, even after losing Prue, it's such a big growth for her. Maybe I'm just oblivious to noticing it, but like I always said that Piper would say a lot of things about magic and be like, like she would probably be the one out of all the sisters that would fucking drop that magic with a flip of a hat. Especially if all the encounters she's dealt with for these 4 seasons, her saying that it's a gift and her fighting hard to keep powers for kids at a young age, especially when she was so against it when it was interfering with her life, is such a big moment that I think people need to focus on. Her saying that line is just so crazy, because I remember talking about several times, between the Dan thing, the engagement thing, her losing potentially like certain things, her sister, her mom, her grandma. She would always have a conversation, and then that lady Gail that tried to betray her, and she had that episode where she really was talking about it because it pertained to Dan. Her saying this now because of what she's gained, even though she's lost some stuff, is big moments. And I'm happy to see them move into having a child. And I understand. I understand the binding, and I feel like due to them being a charm one and a white letter, they're gonna have to do what they did, like they did with Paige. No, I don't think Paige powers was binded, which is okay. That's a crazy thing though, because like they understand the option of binding, but Paige wasn't binded because she was orbiting before she knew she was a white lighter. Now, and she's all like she wasn't really a charmed one, so maybe it didn't matter because the charmed one was already established. But like, would it be different because she's a charmed one kid? Because their mom wasn't a charmed one. The charmed one is them now, but maybe the baby will be automatic target because the charmed one had a child. So I can't even, like, that's the thing. I can't even fully like say my opinion because it's like charmed one. Everybody else wasn't charmed ones yet. So yeah. But I've been talking. I've been yapping a lot. I don't even think I'm really done. But yeah, so that's my reaction. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more charm reactions. Patreon link below for a charm. Team up for 9 reactions. Twitter will be in the section when they upload. Until next time, make sure you safe. Peace.